The Loaded Zone is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
On this week's episode, we have interviews with Bad Cop, and Eken is Dead.
I'd like to encourage you to believe the things I do. Fact that something's wrong inside of me. At times I find it hard to see what I really want to be. That's what something's happened inside of me. I was once just like you, but without a fucking clue, and now I live my life to be free. Living life, Jesus Christ, trouble and paradise. Mom and dad, they're not too proud of me. They're not too proud of me. They're not too proud of me. I'm never gonna be. It's plain to see. You are not like me. Look at what you've done to me. A product of society. Confusion on your face is plain to see. I can't stand your attitude. Think I'm lost, think I'm rude. Your opinion's invalid to me. You don't like my tattoos. How does this dishonor you? Don't you know what's inside of me? Sick and tired of all the lies. When will you realize I'm proud just being me? They're not too proud of me. They're not too proud of me. I'm never gonna be. It's plain to see. You are not like me. Yeah, yeah. I can't believe. Open has got a hold on me. Yeah, yeah. It's plain to see. I'm a product of society. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. You're gonna be who you wanna be. You are not like me. They're not too proud of me. They're not too proud of me. I'm never gonna be. It's plain to see. You are not like me. Yeah, yeah. I can't believe all the tendencies that got a hold of me. Yeah, yeah. It's plain to see. I'm a product of society. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. Something's wrong with me.
The Loaded Zone podcast is brought to you by Green Team Go, clothing for the discerning stoner. The Loaded Zone!
J-Rap.
Kevin Wells!
Steve Guerrero.
Margarita! Tequila! Corona! Cerveza!
Welcome to The Loaded Zone. This is the very first episode. That was Pennywise with Something's Wrong With Me.
Makes sense.
And that something is my memory. Like I said, this is the debut episode. I've got Mr. Steve Guerrero and Skate Rat Betty with me today. The show will basically tackle anything that may or may not have to do with pot, booze, punk rock,
Food.
may come in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure munchies are gonna come up.
Yeah, and then we also got some band interviews. We'll be doing bigger bands, and then we'll also be doing smaller bands that you may not have ever heard of, and hopefully try to expose you guys to some new music that we think is pretty rad.
Yep. Yeah, things we won't be talking about on the show are Donald Trump running for president, Taylor Swift being a pop icon, and what else? I don't know.
Oh, they got a picture of a raccoon riding an alligator's back in Ocala National Forest in Florida. So, that's
Dude.
huge news.
It's cruising.
I'd like to see Donald Trump ride on the back of an alligator.
That would be
I
cool.
have seen more vicious commentary over whether or not that's a photoshopped photo than the fact that he is running for president.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, if one guy can show me that he's riding on the back of an alligator, I don't care who he is, I'm voting for him for president. I think that should be our requirement. I guarantee it's a requirement for Florida governor.
Yeah. But he's not going to do anything to legalize the causes we're into, so fuck him, and let's get down to business.
Exactly. So right now we're going to jump off into a song. Do one of you have a preference as to what song that may be?
Ladies first.
Sure. How about Cats and Dogs by Gorilla Biscuits today?
We'll be right back. You're listening to The Loaded Zone on punkrockradio.net.
Man's baby is beautiful, affectionate, they're not airplane, gets all the same, we make up the names and our love for them is real. Listen up, I gotta ask you, how can we be so cruel? Say you care, that's a lie, my true compassion is for all living things, and not just the one that I'll choose, so I'll do what I can. I wanna save lives, and I've got a plan. Under the table, only to dinner like the values we can't stand. What kind of meal would he make? We don't wanna ask you, condition is all that keeps him alive. Listen up, I gotta ask you, how can we be so cruel? Say you care, that's a lie. My true compassion is for all living things, and not just the one that I'm used to, I'll do what I can. I wanna save lives, and I've got a plan. Why am I so unsafe? Don't even know the bit. I'm trying to press my will. I'm not the first to say no, 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 no. It's all we wanna feel. We need to stay alive, but instead life we steal. I think we'd like to change, but most of us are stuck. But cats and dogs have all the luck.
The Loaded Zone podcast is brought to you by Green Team Go, clothing for the discerning stoner.
So tell me if you really wanna be a superstar, but yes, on the mic and it will surely take you far. You make that drop on those 24 tracks, we mix it all down and we put it on wax. Beginning is hype when you're playing in the balls, and the bottom is pit where you make Lucifer. Take away your privacy and take your guitar, then take your woman and pound your arm. I'm beginning of wisdom, I won't take you too far. First you got to sell your soul to be a superstar. Maybe if you got it, forget about that. Your money don't concern you, that's a natural fact. Shut up your mouth before you get knocked out. We wanna listen to your voice up on the speaker box. And first you get a manager, but what does he do? I'll be the first to tell you, baby, that I don't have a clue. We're gonna make a phony image for the MTV. You hear it on the radio, say, damn, that's me. Whenever I get over on a three-piece arm, Jesus and the mama gonna break your arm. Put your ass in the jar, oh, to be a superstar. Realize sometimes I realize oh, you're in a position that you just can't hide. Rock, 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 rock. All over the world you gotta take that trip, and then you never got to see the day you'd act like this. Your rep is getting bigger than a B-52, and then it goes around the world before it gets back to you. Hey, all of a sudden, can you believe before your eyes this shit don't come back to me? I gotta take a wet on the side. So I see some love, take the love, see ya. Oh my God, if I let my own night take it, turn around and place it home. Realize sometimes I realize oh, you're in a position that you just can't hide. Whoa, it's a position that I just can't hide. Boom! What you want, what you need? Give it up on your mind, take it up, you know, if you love me, what this, some if you love, get some this, hey, what if you love, why you love, punani, punani, what you love me, punani, punani.
All right, that was one of my favorite bands, Sublime, with a little deeper track called Superstar Punani, which is a great track. When I'm in the loaded zone, I love listening to like certain tracks that like I just pick up on one instrument and just like really kind of dissect it. And for me, that song just has the most dankiest bass line. I mean, I think that's one of the backbones of Sublime, just that real creepy, thick bass line that they have through most of their music. It's good shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, Brad wrote, I think, all the songs, but that bass line is just a
Yeah.
It just like, it drives the song.
Yeah, yeah. It lets Brad do his thing, and it's just got this meaty backbone that he's just like, he can do whatever on top of it, and it's fucking gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first punk show was actually with, Sublime.
Oh.
Sublime was opening for Pennywise in like 1993.
Oh yeah?
In like a 200-person club. Yeah, it's fucking insane.
That's killer.
Yeah.
They actually showed up late. They weren't there, so Pennywise was supposed to headline. So Pennywise set up right before Pennywise was about to play. Sublime showed up, so they just threw all of Sublime stuff right in the middle. So the drummer of Sublime set up his kit in front of the drummer from Pennywise's kit. Like there was no like drum rise or anything like that. It was a tiny stage, so the drummer was right in front. Brad was on the left side of the stage, and the bass part on the other. They're all like right there in the line. But they're super wasted. It was fucking awesome though.
That's killer.
Now we've got some news for the pot smoking world, and it's coming out of Canada, and they're calling it Canna Camp, which is
That's Colorado.
100
coming out of Colorado.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Canada.
And
It's not coming out of Canada.
wow.
Nothing good ever came out of Canada. Maybe. I don't know. I'm wrong. There's probably some good Canadian stuff out there.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, yeah. John Candy was great. Rhea Perlman? Rhea Perlman?
Rhea.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a 170-acre camp resort in southwest Colorado, which is a city called Durango. They have cabins where you rent them for $395 a night. And the odd thing about this, it's supposed to be this all-inclusive pot smoker's world, but you can't smoke pot in the cabin that you're spending $395 a night.
No, I
camp
saw
in.
that. Yeah, we encourage you to smoke on the porch and outside, but
I might as well stay in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Buy $400 worth of weed and,
Oh man.
I get so high that I think I'm camping in Colorado.
Dude, that's incredible. Yeah, they have THC cooking classes, but they'll teach you how to cook with it, but they can't, under Colorado law, they can't serve you the food. So there again, like that's kind of a big dig tease.
Now, I don't understand why that is, because it's legal for everyone to buy it. You can go to places and buy it, but why is a camping site not able to, and I don't even know if you call it a camping site. I mean, you're staying in lodges, but like, it would seem like if it's legal for everything, like that they would be able to serve you, like you could get your weed from there.
well, okay. So I went camping in Colorado, and I brought marijuana, and I don't drink alcohol. I didn't bring alcohol, but
Was this before or after legalization?
after, and also it was after the fires, so it was after the fire ban. Because during the fire ban, you couldn't smoke outside. It didn't matter what it was. You couldn't smoke outside with grass within like 10 feet diameter of you, or you went to jail. It was a big deal. So it was after we were allowed to have fires outside, and so that part at least was legal. But I mean, it was legal for us to bring alcohol, I'm assuming. Yeah, I mean, I didn't bother to look, to be honest.
Right.
I figured it better to ask forgiveness. I had a red card just in case, yeah, but, yeah, so we were out there. I was under the legal 1 ounce per person per limit, so just in case. But, honestly, I did go every day. I didn't pay $400 a day, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself camping while high. So I could understand why, if you don't live in a place where it is legal, or you can get somewhere camping, or let's say you're not tent or camper inclined or whatnot, if you're from Chicago and you want to get away for the weekend, by all means, $400 a night, go out there. And, from what I understand, they'll pick you up at the airport, drive you past a dispensary on your way out to the campground, and then, and you got your goodie bag. So they can't actually provide you with weed, but they ferry you there. So, I mean, that's pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, getting the ride to there from the airport would probably be a pretty expensive cab ride.
Yeah.
You know?
If you're on 170 acres outside of town, I'm sure. And, shit, the fact that they pick you up from the airport, you go right to the dispensary and then you go home? Yeah.
It just seems like it'd be easier or more better if you, just like if you wanted to stay legal and have legal pot in Colorado or whatever, just go camping on your own like you did. You know, spend $40 or whatever a night on a campsite and just, you know, smoke in the tent.
You get in your truck and you drive and you put your tent out where you stop.
Even better.
Yeah, we just picked like the top of a mountain and it's, Colorado is a, pack in, pack out. You can free camp like anywhere you can get to. Most parks. In most parks, yeah.
Not just on someone's front yard. Mm-hmm. I found it. I'm camping.
Here first.
Firsties. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm looking at some of the other stuff that they offer at Canacamp, and they got cannabis-infused massages, cannabis pairing dinners, and what was the other thing I saw?
Cannabis yoga.
That's it. So, like, wow, it's kind of a trippy thing. Like, I guess they're trying to maximize and be like, well, but look at all the stuff we offer.
Have you tried yoga? On weed. I mean, I have. It's fantastic. It's like the only way I can actually survive doing yoga. But I do get what they're saying, though. I mean, I can't help but relate to that movie, though. It's just on weed. Have you tried riding horses? On weed. Yeah. So I saw that they will tailor. You know, it sounds like they are kind of a concierge as well. Like when you come there, if you want to do rock climbing and outdoor like extreme stuff. You know, they can help navigate you through that and get you the guides and whatever that you need, the tours or whatever, whitewater rafting and whatnot. But, of course, all that stuff, even with 170 acres of Colorado, is hard to provide on premises. So, it does sound like they're willing to go as far as a luxury resort and, say that whatever they can't give you, they can get you.
Yeah, see, it looks like it says that, that most parks and campsites actually still require, you can't legally smoke.
No? Yeah.
So I guess that's where they kind of, on their land, I guess you can smoke, but I guess in most parks in Colorado, you can't smoke pot.
Yeah, I figured, I mean, honestly, you're not supposed to, like, take beer to the public beach here and stuff. I figured if it's like alcohol, yeah, then I'm probably not supposed to have it, But
yeah, I mean, I've gone camping tons of times in my life, and not one of them has ever been in a state where pot's legal.
Yeah.
And I've smoked pot every time I've gone camping. In fact, I don't go camping without pot.
We were up in those mountains like every other weekend with the trucks, four-wheeling and stuff like that in the snow. It was super fun. But, some of those heights and shit, dude, you're really in the mountains. That stuff is scary as shit to me. I'm terrified of heights, so there was not a time where I was not in the woods, where I did not have trees with me and around me. Yeah.
Smokable trees.
Trees.
Well, and on top of the Canacamp, they also have a bed and breakfast in Denver. It looks like they might have two, but I'm just looking at one right now, and it's a nice Victorian home, but again, it's, looks like $399 on the high end and $179 on the low end for a night. I doubt you could smoke there.
Well, that's not bad.
But it's not a bed and breakfast.
It's a bud and
breakfast.
Hey, bud.
So I wonder if you can smoke there, because I mean, if they don't let you smoke in the cabins, would they let you smoke in their house? Like, it doesn't make your house smell in the way that smoking cigarettes in your home does. Like, yeah. I would much rather somebody come in and say, can I smoke a bowl or a joint in your house, than to say, can I smoke a cigarette in here? Yeah, absolutely. No smoke. No cigarettes. But
yeah, I mean, the cigarette smoke will linger, but pot smoke, that's gone pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, this is nice too. Upon request, we are able to provide the necessary paraphernalia to allow our guests to try their product without having to purchase additional equipment.
Oh, so you just have to buy the goodies, not the...
I would like my room to be fitted with 3-footers, please.
I'm gonna need an oil rig stat.
Skate Rat would request, can I just get a lighter and a spoon from the dab rig and a paper clip?
I've graduated now. Besides, if somebody else is footing the bill, shit, there's no need to go budget.
Yeah.
Did you get that? Did you get the new little dab rig?
No, not that one. I went a cheaper route, just, locally to see what I could do. So I just kind of it's got water and it has the tube and it works, but I'm gonna order that one is $20. I'm gonna order it, but I figured, that's like 2 weeks away. That's my next purchase. Shit.
I mean, anything is better than a spoon.
For sure. My husband was like, why don't we barbecue next weekend and you can, we'll have some of that dab left. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to show anybody to it. He was like, why? You don't want to show your dabs? Right. I'm like, it's not the dabs, babe. It's the spoon. Totally the spoon. Sorry.
For those of you who don't know, Skate Rat had created her own dab rig, and it was more similar to a heroin smoking rig than a dab rig, but
chasing the dabbin.
Chasing the dabbin. Oh, the green dabbin.
Green dabbin.
But yeah, if it works, it works. You're obviously not smoking heroin.
No. Can you smoke heroin?
But
I'm not even sure how that works, so I don't.
Oh yeah. Smoking heroin is chasing the dragon. You heat it up on aluminum foil.
Oh,
usually.
So the kid that I saw do that with what did he call it? Like a blue, he said. I don't know what that is either, though.
A blue?
Yeah.
What do you mean a blue?
I don't know. It was a pill. He called it a blue.
Huh.
Oh.
Said he did blues. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I used to watch a lot of Intervention. That's honestly where I learned half my drug use, terminology. So. Now I know what nodding out is. I saw some girl put her face on the table and they're like, oh, she just nodded out. I'm like, oh.
I had a friend do that at a wedding. Just face down in his food.
I mean, I did that, but I think I was 5 last time.
No, he was on drugs.
I had a friend pass out at the table once, but he was just wasted and his name was Mark and we started calling him Markoleptic.
That's clever. I did actually get so drunk once that I tried to eat my napkin. I was told I actually made a sandwich out of it.
Oh, wow.
The napkin was the bread meat. And
that is awesome. We need to get you drinking again.
No, because there's cell phone cameras and shit now.
Yeah, right? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, how about some more music?
All right. Let's get into, speaking of stoner music, this is a song that I like to, throw on when I smoke pot. And, it's got a cool, little beat, but it's the Transplants with Be Real from Cypress Hill. And the song is called California, I believe. So, that's what this is. California by the Transplants featuring Be Real from Cypress Hill. You're listening to The Loaded Zone on punkrockradio.net.
Green team, go!
That I'm chasing, so many fuckers are hating. Somebody show me a hating, show me the door, cause I'm waiting. Throw me a bowl, I'll be baking. Only so much that I'm taking. Pain in your pride is still aching. Misunderstood and complacent. You wanna settle with metal, there ain't no medal of honor. You want to strike like a general, but you end up a corner. Bring it on if you wanna. It's only fair if I want ya. That I'm a killer from California, ready for action and drama.
If you want it, we got it. From prostitutes to narcotics. Have you empty your pockets? I'm fucking pro with the product. There ain't no way you can stop it. I just suggest that you drop it. These fuckers making me cock it, cause they mistakenly mock it. I leave them blind and baffled like when they cut me with scalpels. Never trying to get gaffled, that's why I aim for the apple. From the hood to the castle, I'm still considered an asshole. Grand prize of the raffle, napalm and shrapnel. California, home of the killer, California, home of the killer, Brooklyn, only one winner. California, home of the killer.
Got the claimers and schemers, and the ballers with beavers. So many leeches beneath us, and they wishing they beat us. Feel so new like a fetus, you could never defeat us. Bring on your heaters, the heaters when you attempted to lead us. Your leaders try to imagine what happens when you come talking some garbage. And then the life is so tragic, no matter who is the hardest, no matter who your God is. Telling you fuckers regardless, don't even get me started. I can be so retarded.
Just a blessing from Satan, the world is mine for the taking. They know the model I'm making, and yet still I'm a shaker. We taking aim and we breaking any rules that you making. Ain't nothing pertaining, I turn a bacon to bacon. I save my hate for the bars and always make with the glove. Down to spray up the club and let them say who it was. Bitch, I'm a failure at love, unless you cater to thugs. You can miss me with hugs, I'll fucking kiss you with slugs. California, home of the killer, California, home of the killer, Brooklyn,
Loaded Zone podcast is brought to you by Green Team Go, clothing for the discerning stoner.
She went back to the guy that beat her, who publicly called her his whore. If he came within 5 feet of me, there'd be a price on his head for sure. I'd use a fucking hammer on his face. Yes, I would do that for her. I would bite, kick, stab, and brawl. Then he'd be out her life forever. I feel bad for you, sugar cane. You really think you deserve to be treated this way? Yeah, fuck what your mother taught you. You're worth more than you could dream to think. So get up, get out, get on. Pick a new life, one that you want. Get up, get out, get on. Be good to yourself, nothing's impossible. Without a roof over your head, you're stressed that you don't got a choice, and it's landed you back in the hands of that violently oppressive man. Well, get up, get out, get on. Pick a new life, one you'd be proud of. Get up, get out, get on. In this world, nothing's impossible. 'Cause we'll never change, and sorries don't mean a thing to someone that considered you a nothing. The truth, it fucking stings, but so do bad beatings. I learned to stitch by sewing up your injuries. When will you learn? You should be treated like a queen. So get up, get out, get on. Pick a new life, one that you want. Get up, get out, get on. Treat yourself, nothing's impossible. Get up, get out, get on. Pick a new life, one that you want. Get up, get out, get on. It's your world, nothing's impossible. Impossible, impossible, impossible.
Welcome back to the Loaded Zone. That was Bad Cop with Sugarcane, and that is off the new record, Not Sorry. You can pick that up now on Fat Records. And right now we've got our first guest of the show. Joining us now is Lynn Lee, bass player of Bad Cop.
Hey, Kevin, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Oh, good. Just trying to get everything rambled for both work and band work, so.
Right. What kind of touring are you guys going to be doing?
We are, funny enough, you're asking me this. I'm like trying to do the itinerary for the whole tour and making sure that we're budgeted properly and trying to make sure that the finances are all kind of intact. But we're hitting up, obviously we're doing Vegas on Sunday. Well, Saturday is our awesome Long Beach show at Alexander's with the Bomb Pops and our buddies, criminals from up the Bay Area. And then, of course, Juggermouth.
Right.
So that's going to be super rad. But we'll be hitting up Vegas the next day. We're also hitting up Phoenix and Tucson and Albuquerque and a couple areas in Texas like Austin and Midland and El Paso and San Antonio. And we're hitting up TJ. That should be interesting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, going down to TJ. So.
Have you guys played there before?
I've never been there before.
Never
I've only been to Mexico once, and that was only like last week. So.
Oh, really?
And that was in Cabo.
TJ's a little different than Cabo.
Yeah, I went to Cabo last week and managed to fly through a hurricane, which was pretty funny.
Oh, wow. Now, you guys are also doing the Fat Wreck tours, right? Or the Fat Wreck shows, the 25th anniversary shows?
Yeah, we are. Gotta tell you, that's a hell of an honor to be a part of it, being asked to do that tour and to be a part of that, especially being relatively new to the label,
Right.
It's awesome that they asked us to do that. the label feels that we're up to par enough with, up to the level of the other bands that are on there. I mean, I never imagined being able to share the same stage as No Effects and Lagwagon and Swinging Utters. The Strung Out got added, I guess, too.
Yeah, I think so.
This year was our first year playing with Good Riddance, and they're on the tour now, too. And of course, our buddies in Aspen Shooter and Boy Guitar.
Yep.
And, can't think of who else.
Pretty much everybody.
It's just going to be awesome. Like the fact that we were asked to be a part of the label that has signed us part of their quarter century anniversary for it. That's incredibly, it's awesome.
Do you remember what the first Fat Wreck album was that you bought?
Oh God, I think, you know what? It was Haas.
It was what?
It was the Haas Lagwagon album.
Haas. Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I got a soft spot for Joey Cape's voice. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
And I actually didn't discover Lagwagon until much later in my life. Unfortunately, I wish I had discovered it sooner, and probably would have exposed it to the people I, went to high school with, but all of them were into like the top 40 shit, so I don't know. I never got into it.
Gotcha. Well, better late than never, right?
Yeah.
Going all the way back, was bass the first instrument that you learned to play?
Yes.
And do you play any other instruments?
I play guitar here and there. Not very well, but it helps with, writing some songs if I have anything in mind. But as far as any other instruments, another branch of bass is playing upright bass. I play that too.
Oh, yes.
And that's pretty much it.
Okay. Now, how old were you when you started playing bass?
I was 17.
Okay. Were you already
17.
Were you already into punk rock at that point?
Oh, relatively. Not really hugely into it, but I was definitely, I've had my share of, listening to punk rock. It just really wasn't exposed where I grew up, so.
Okay. Now, when you were learning, what were some bands that you were into?
Well, definitely listening to No Effects and listening to Strung Out. Good Riddance is definitely on that list, too. Let's see. Oh, man. Well, Green Day was actually on that list, too. It was just what you listen to in that area. So.
Right.
But I was mostly into the hardcore scene, though. Like Bad Brains, and, well, if you consider that hardcore, I do.
Yeah.
But definitely I listened to Cro-Mags and JFA and Madball.
Awesome.
So, yeah, just a few.
Now, you've played in a few different bands, but how did you come to join Bad Cop?
It's funny, really. Their bass player originally was not able to fulfill the duties of what, the band was asking for. She just, it was very, very, what's it called? When you get like a divorce and it's irreconcilable differences. That's
Okay.
what I would say. And, I would say that, funny enough, I'd actually met the girls through the original bass player of Bad Cop. And, she had referred me to the girls to ask me if I wanted to fill in for some shows that she couldn't play originally. And then from there, it turned into me being in a permanent position for playing. So that pretty much goes, that's pretty much how the story goes.
Now, you guys have your first full-length record on Fat Wreck coming out.
Yeah.
Now, normally there's, always, the pressure of, making a first full-length record, but was there added pressure, do you think, because it was on Fat Wreck? Or did that play into it at all?
I think so, because, a lot of people, we got a lot of really positive responses with Boss Lady, and, people were probably expecting the full-length to, blow everybody's mind. So we really wanted to work hard to produce a good album, not only that would be appeasing to the masses, but would also, something that we would be deeply proud of writing for. It wasn't just something that, like, oh, okay, we're going to write a pop song. we're writing about songs that we really want to write about, which is, and, not only are they, something that we're proud of course, but, we've gotten pretty good responses to the songs, so we're definitely grateful for that, too.
Okay. Now, what was it like working with Fat Mike in the studio? He produced it, right?
Yes, he did. It was kind of funny. He was coming back from the Australian tour, I believe it was.
Okay.
And we had to show up at his house at like 9 in the morning, like the day after he flew back into the U.S. And and so when we worked with him, he wasn't hungover. I think he was more like jet lagged. I'm pretty sure he was really tired, and I would imagine himself traveling literally across the world, fly back to San Francisco. But working with him was definitely interesting because, we had composed a bunch of songs designed for the full length, and there were some things that were tweaked around, but there were also some things that he really liked, and like hearing that from somebody that, you pretty much, idolized as far as, having a hierarchy in punk rock culture, I suppose.
Right.
And hearing him in person, giving positive feedback and constructive criticism feedback, it's humbling, I think,
Yeah.
Not a lot of people get to experience that, and not a lot of people get the opportunity to work with somebody that they look up to, and compose something with them. So.
Is there anything else that you want people to know, either about yourself?
Buy a record. Get stoked on the shit because it's tight, and I couldn't be any prouder to work with the most fucking awesome group of gals. Like, I mean, it doesn't even matter if they're fucking chicks or dudes. The fact that they're fucking awesome human beings to work with, it's awesome, and I'm so honored to be part of this group. I know I'm not the original member for, as a bass player in the group, but it's an incredible privilege to be able to work with such, energetic, focused, and motivated, just the ambition level with this group is uncanny. The energy level playing on stage with them there's no words I can really describe how that feels to play on the stage with them. It's just fun, and nobody's fucking chatty, which is great. We all get along with fucking family, which is awesome. And even with, bands that are, all male, all female, co-ed, doesn't matter. There's always some weird, animosity, and someone's got to be a diva at that shit.
Right.
And you know what? None of us are. Everybody plays an equal part. We all do equal shares of work to make sure that this is a successful establishment that we're building. Yeah, just fucking, if you get a chance, fucking listen to the album. And there's going to be a music video coming out real soon, too.
Do you have
I'm not going to be the one that drops the Jeep, but I'm going to leave it as that.
Do you have a favorite song off the new one?
I have a favorite song. Honestly, I don't know which one would be my favorite song. I'd say to me, they're all fucking good. I mean, that's fucking tough. I mean, one song that I could be biased about just because everybody knows that, majority of the songwriting is with Jenny and Stacey. I mean, they write fucking fantastic songs. But one that I worked, I wrote, with obviously the help of Jenny, Stacey, and Myra in this, but I'm personally proud of his support. That's something, and seldom do I ever really write any songs, which I'm hoping to kind of doing a little bit more down the road, but, Jenny and Stacey are really, really good and really fast at writing songs, so, the more songs that we can put out, the better. But if there's one that's going to be a favorite, I can't choose the favorite. I can't. It's all fucking good. If you want one that I'm particularly proud of, I'm going to choose Support just because I put a lot of work into that song, personally.
Okay.
So, yay!
Awesome. Well, Lynn, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, Kevin. Thank you so much for asking me to interview. I hope we get to have that wing off with Strung Out or something something like that? Didn't you mention that?
Yeah, it's going to be the Bad Cops versus Implants, which is some of the members from
the Implants, that's right. The Implants,
yep.
That's right.
And then versus the Green Team Go Stoners.
All right, bring it on, fuckers.
We'll get that set up,
I will
definitely.
eat as many wings as I possibly can. I can't say I'll eat you, but I'll fucking bring it the fuck on.
Awesome.
All right, dude.
All right, take care.
Thanks. You too, Kevin.
All right,
bye-bye.
You're listening to The Loaded Zone, presented by Green Team Go Clothing. This is another song off the new Bad Cop record, Not Sorry, on Fat Records. This is called Support.
Listen up, world, we got a message for you. This is our time to speak up, speak out loud and clear. The more we cheer, we ain't got no time to delay. There's far too much at stake. You're with us or against us, it's yes or no. Your silence is defense of the status quo. If you support me, then come and join me. Whoa, we're on our own. You're in control, you have the wheel, don't ever look back, go ahead and take on the lead. Drive fast with no regrets, this is your chance, believe me, this is your opportunity. You're with us or against us, it's yes or no. Your silence is defense of the status quo. If you support me, then come and join me. Whoa. Hold on tight, baby. This is the ride of your life, a life born free. Hold on tight, baby. This is the ride of your life, a life born free. You're with us or against us, it's yes or no. Your silence is defense of the status quo. If you support me, then come and join me. Whoa. If you support me, then come and join me.
The Loaded Zone podcast is brought to you by Green Team Go, clothing for the discerning stoner.
Talking sound, here we go. We're just resting on the floor. It's trying to avoid the light. Another show, another night. One and all, here we come. We're just outlaws on the run. Just robbing the stage of other bands. And just trying to steal the bands. I don't care if I don't care if I don't care if I end up with no
Welcome back to the Loaded Zone. That was Tour Map from Eken is Dead, and right now we're going to go to the Green Line and see if we can't get a hold of Chris Navarette, lead singer of Eken is Dead. Here we go.
Hello. What's going on, man?
I thought that might have been a voicemail.
I kind of sounded like a freaking computer. Hello, you have reached something and something. Suck it.
Oh, you could begin a career as a personal telephone answering machine recorder.
Sounds like a business I've been waiting for.
Yeah, so we're just gonna jump in here. We're gonna talk about some stuff. All right, don't cry at the end of the interview. Okay, I may get too deep, and you may end up crying about some shit you didn't realize it wasn't even in there. I'm like Oprah. All right. So, what band or bands initially got you into punk music?
Shit, man. Well, I'd say my buddies playing surf videos is what initially got me into it. And I won't say that maybe they're my favorite now, but definitely what I heard on there is what kind of made me start, looking up other bands. So I'd say one of the first surf videos I ever saw was Focus and the follow-up Good Times, both Taylor Steele videos. And that's where I first got a whiff of, bands like Pennywise and AFI and oh man, now I can't even remember who the hell is on that. Who the hell is actually on that video? Pennywise and AFI definitely, and Descendants come to mind as three of the bands that I heard on there and was like, oh, who the hell are these guys? I gotta find these guys. And at the time there was actually a few record stores where you could pick that stuff up, but I actually went to Spider Surf when they used to sell records, and I think the first punk record I bought was AF5's first album, Answer That and Stay Fashionable.
Yep.
And pretty hooked from then on. That was definitely the CD I put in before, any paddle out session and any kind of motivational type thing that I needed energy for. But yeah, I'd say that those three, kind of hearing them on Good Times and Focus, and just kind of progressing from there.
Okay. Now, did you play an instrument as a kid?
What's that?
Did you play an instrument as a kid?
No, never did. I kind of got discouraged very easily. Things that didn't come easily to me, I could say in my life, I kind of shunned. and I basically didn't have someone that I grew up with that was musically inclined. So I was I heard later that my grandpa actually was a guitar tuner in Ecuador, but he never showcased any of his skills to me. So I pretty much didn't know anybody, even in middle school until about high school. I started meeting some people that played music, but yeah, I didn't really have any influence. And at the time, there was no, internet, how to learn how to play the guitar and freaking, 2 seconds. So, yeah, I didn't pick up anything, and I picked up singing probably halfway through high school.
Okay. You play guitar now, don't you, or no?
No, I actually don't. I am still pathetic. Write lyrics and sing and perform, and I do pretty much most of the booking and handling of our schedule.
Do you feel you have to do more in the band because you don't play guitar to kind of make up for that lack of effort?
I don't know. Maybe it's sometimes my OCD or analness. Is that a word?
It is now.
Just want to make sure that everything's going smoothly. No pun intended. And I just want everything to be not perfect because there's no such thing in music as perfect in my eyes, but just have them go well and have them, I don't like the word I guess I'm looking for is where things will happen that are out of your control, and I can live with that, but if it's something that's in your control and you did nothing about it, then that'd really bug me. If I didn't practice a song enough and fucking just blew it in front of some people, I'd feel like a piece of shit. So, yeah, pretty much anything I can control, I like to, beat the hell out of it and practice the shit out of it and make sure it's as good as it can be.
Okay. Now, how did you guys, Eken is Dead, how did you guys form initially?
Long story, actually. Vic, the original guitar player, I met him through another person and basically always knew he was a guitar player. And when I met him, I probably wasn't even into singing or thought I had a shot at it or whatever. But somewhere along the line, I published, well, I only had one published poem in my life, but in the El Camino Literary Journal. And he caught wind that I was, writing, and so kind of, a couple different people approached me like, so what's up? Like, you write lyrics, you sing, and I sing for fun, but never really knew if I was good or even wanted to do it. And so a couple people hit me up and were just like, hey, here's a mic, let's just try something. And one of those people was Vic. And I fucking blew it. It's fucking horrible. I blame a little bit on the equipment, like the PA that they had. They gave me like headphones and plugged me into like a ghetto blaster and was like, here you go. And I was like, oh, that was pretty awesome. And we did do an acoustic, I think we did Bad Fish Sublime acoustic. And I did really well with that. Like, I killed that. But gave me a mic and made a bunch of noise, and I fucking didn't know what the fuck to do. I didn't know how to overpower the music, but like I said, I had a ghetto blaster. So they basically moved on. They actually found like 2 or 3 other singers and kind of progressed into, at least a band that was playing. And I actually just found a bunch of guys that were beginners like me, and started a punk band with them, and just kind of found my voice, got a little bit better what I was doing, just figured out how to use a PA and figured out how to not lose my voice as much as normal, and just kind of got comfortable. And then we actually did a second tryout about halfway through, and I'm pretty sure I nailed it, but they knew I was still playing in the other band, so they kind of just decided to go another route. So it actually ended up being 3 tryouts, man. I came back the third time, and that's when I made a conscious decision to stop the other band, because there had been like 10 lineup changes, and I found myself being the only one holding it together and was over it. So I basically just said, hey, let's give it one more whirl. And they were about in the same boat, where they were frustrated with whoever they had singing for them. So we kind of just, at that point, were both ready for each other. I was ready for, a good band. Not that my other band wasn't good, but just all the guys were dedicated, all the parts fit, and I was ready to bring that, and they were ready for that. So kind of weird that it happened that way, and we, had 3 freaking tryouts. But I guess I wouldn't have it any other way, because I learned a lot of things before I joined that I was stoked to bring to the table, and just where I'm at now, I'm, it's like one of those things where you start off and you listen to your first couple albums you ever made, and you're like, holy fuck, I'll never let anyone hear that. And because I got that out of the way, and joined Eken is Dead, I actually am proud of our first album, and I'm proud of all of them, but I can look back and not be scared and try to fucking hide the first album and say, don't listen to it because it sounds like shit. So, fresh start and a little bit of seasoning, and I was stoked about that.
Now, what does the name Eken is Dead mean?
$1 million question. Fucking A, man. God damn, I feel like all my answers are long as fuck, and you're just gonna fucking edit the shit out of them.
No, you're gonna get every last word of yours will appear.
What's that?
Every last word you say appears. So.
Yeah, every last sentence, that'll be my answer. Yeah, there it is. Eken is a city in Sweden, and Vic is the, when he started all of this, so he's the one who named the band. So he actually probably would have answered better, and I'm probably going to blow it, but my understanding is that Eken is a city in Sweden, and he was, young, traveling through Europe, and just kind of found this place that he loved and, thought was pretty amazing. And he came back, and just that was going to be his band when he was inspired, and he was going to call it Eken. And I think he had high hopes for it. And like I said, they went through a lot of singers, and he grew up in that time, and he kind of just decided that, like, this whole thing he dreamt up, in his mind was dead. And I kind of just feel like once they decided to bring me in, it kind of solidified that. And it was a brand new start. And so, for him, that's what, Eken is dead is. But we kind of wanted to make it to where, you find your Eken, the guy walking down the street's been through different shit than I've been through, but right. Something in his life he's overcame, he's conquered, he's moved on from, and that's his Eken. And Bill It In is dead, and so that's what it is for us, but it, could be anything for anybody else.
Okay. Now, you guys recently played your 400th show. Do you have a show that sticks out as your favorite that you've played?
Ooh, favorite of all time. That's always a shitty question to ask.
I'm a shitty interviewer, so.
I always follow back with top three. I never give you fucking a number one. Same thing with bands, songs, videos, music, whatever. I'll give you, we were lucky enough to do 2 weeks with Authority Zero. Jason, all the guys fucking just killed it for us and allowed us to go with them. And first show of the tour, we've always had that mantra, just let's fucking get up there, man. No retreat, no surrender. Let's fucking show them what we got. And we've been to New Mexico before, but never on a bill with a real band. Right. It's always been us headlining some piece of shit place that always end up being fun. But here was our chance to play a good stage, and some band kind of some band opened it up. It was whatever, and we didn't really get a feel for what it was going to be like for us by the first band. So kind of went up there and was like, fuck, dude, let's go, And it just so happened we had great sound and a great stage, and thankfully a fucking amazing crowd. Literally by the chorus of the first song, people were fucking losing their mind. And it's hard for me to say it's the best show of all time, but it's definitely the best out of town show we ever played. And to play that far from home and go up there and play a 35-minute set in front of like 150 people, but they were as loud as 400 people. It was just incredible. And I've never, well, not never, but we do our own merch, we do everything, and literally I get off stage and there's like 10 people in line to the merch booth. Of course, I'm not there yet. And it was just fucking incredible. I was like, wow, like that, sometimes you think you have a good set and then you sit by your merch table fucking all night, and shows up. And here we are in fucking, Albuquerque. Feel like we fucking killed it, but then, a little bit of, vindication, having all these people come up to us and, want their pictures and autographs and CDs, and it was just like, holy shit, this is how we're going to start this tour. And it wasn't downhill from there, but it was definitely tough to compete with that show. Right.
How did the water and the hair pre-show ritual begin for you?
Wow, this is definitely the first time I've ever been asked this question.
Told you I'm like Oprah.
Some people get literally a bad taste in their mouth from it, and some people fucking love it. And I definitely I definitely own it. It's mine. It's what I do. I could care less if anyone else thinks about it. But honestly, it really just started off with me having a terrible gag reflex and getting dry hair in my mouth and fucking, gagging. And that's really how it started. I was like, this fucking sucks. And I don't like missing lyrics or missing words because I'm keeled over, about to throw up and pull my own hair out of my mouth. It almost makes me gag talking about it right now. And so I just came up with this idea. I was like, okay, well, if I wet my hair, that's my dog barking. If I wet my hair and wet hair goes in my mouth, it's probably not going to be as shitty. And so I started doing it, and I try to get a little bit done in the bathroom just because not throwing up, but water, that is, and make a little bit less mess up there. And so I started doing it. It started working, and then it just kind of became the ritual. And I would just get a pitcher of water with no ice because ice gets fucking stuck in my hair. And every time the bartender fucking looks at me like, what an asshole, this guy wants fucking pitcher of water for the band, a pitcher of water without ice for himself, and 3 glasses and a fucking shot of whiskey, like, fuck, you need anything else, bro? Like, you want some fucking, makeup, hot tea, like, what do you need? And I bring all my own shit, because I hate fucking asking for things because I don't want to be that, prima donna guy. But I know it works for me. So, yeah, man, really just, then I started looking at video, and I'm like, wow, it looks way better to do fucking hair spins with wet hair than it does dry. So it's kind of a dual thing there. It looks better, and I prevent myself from throwing up on stage.
Will you ever write a song called The Water and the Hair?
No, but maybe I'll think about that.
Damn it. No, I understand you say no now, but I think, let it kind of percolate in your head for a while. It'll creep out.
Hey, I didn't say no. I said I'll think about it. It definitely has to be very obscure. You can't let people know what it's about. But you have to let people come up with their own interpretation of it.
It's a race. It's about the tortoise. It's like a tortoise in the hair. Only.
No. I mean, the lyrics itself wouldn't contain anything.
No, yeah.
That would lead you, but the hair title, the title would be there. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But then you'd have to look deeply into it. Then you'd have to re-interview me and then ask me, hey, motherfucker, I asked you that one time to write that song, and now I see it.
I think you
what the fuck? Where's my credit?
Are you guys heavy boozers before you play, or do you take it serious and all that stuff?
No, none of us are heavy boozers. I think the guys like to booze it up before practice. It's kind of more their day off kind of mentality, and so we'll have a little fun in the practice room. As far as before shows, we usually a couple shots here and there, just to kind of warm up. I like whiskey, just a little bit for my voice. I feel like it lubricates it and keeps it wet. That's what she said. But I just like a little bit in there. It's kind of a comfortable thing. I did it once when I was sick, and then I just like the way it made me feel. And I don't do it to get drunk. I just, maybe later I do. But the guys, we'll have a couple shots. We're not really beer guys, and we try to watch our weight. But yeah, none of us get tanked before shows. That's not our deal. We like to put on a great show first and fucking hit it hard afterwards.
Any weed smoke before?
I think Simon, our drummer, and Gag, our bass player, hopefully they're not mad for me throwing under the bus, but yeah, they like to. Vic and I don't smoke at all. So Gag and Simon would be those guys. So if you're at a show and you want to hit them up for weed or vice versa, offer them weed, they'll gladly oblige.
Now, do you guys have any new material in the works for a possible recording soon?
Funny you asked that.
isn't it?
Plug. Yes. Yeah, we have 3 songs right now. We probably have a couple little other ditties here and there, but we're just going to concentrate on these 3 that we have. It's kind of a rare opportunity for us. Usually it's like we've kind of been like full length or die, for most of our time here. And then recently we went with our 6-song EP, Outlier, and we just kind of decided, hey, we haven't done a vinyl yet. Even if no one else gives a fuck, it'd be cool for us to have and hang in a room and say we did some vinyl. And we kind of didn't want to force it. We're like, whatever songs we come up with in this next month that we're chilling, we'll go with it, And, with a vinyl too, it's expensive. So we're like, let's keep it, short and sweet. And, so, it's kind of cool to just really focus on 3 songs and really, not that you don't ever make them your best, but sometimes you get a little, what's the word? I don't know what the word is, but when you're freaking out because you got, 10 songs and 6 different parts in each song and you got to double your guitars. And, it's just nice to just concentrate on 3 songs and fucking, be done with things in one day at a time.
Okay. Now, where can people see you guys next live? This should go out next week, so anytime after Tuesday. Where can people see you?
Oh, okay.
If you guys are playing tomorrow.
Bummer, I don't have a fucking show that's not confirmed. I'd love to plug on your show, but I'd be an asshole because my luck, if I say it, it won't happen. We're waiting on a bigger band to commit to it. So maybe if somehow I'm able to call you back on Tuesday before you release it, give you an answer. I will. If not, the next show would be Saturday, July 25th with your band at the Redondo Beach VFW, or is it Hermosa Beach VFW? I'm not sure.
Redondo.
It's what?
Redondo Beach.
Redondo Beach VFW. Yeah, we'll be playing with the Darlings and Emmer Effer and Cast Off and a few other bands. So Saturday, July 25th, and that is all ages, correct?
I don't know. I think it's 21 and over. Isn't it?
Okay. Well, if possible, we should do it all ages.
Yeah, if we can. Yeah,
we're negotiating to do this interview.
Shit.
But I will call you back in a day or two if I get confirmation from that rad band that we're hoping.
I'll make it all ages if you confirm that you are touring with Aerosmith. Just admit it. Just say it. It's okay. You guys are going to announce it anyway.
Oh, man. Have a kind of a... Aerosmith's definitely not the band for me, man. I don't know.
I thought it was going to be
I don't even want to go there, dude, because I don't like to talk crap about music on the air.
You just did.
Just doesn't do it for me, man.
By saying you don't want to talk shit, you just talk shit.
Yeah, it's funny how every sentence starts that way. I don't want to be an asshole, but... And then you're an asshole.
It resolves you. It lets you be an asshole.
Saturday, yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, I've wasted enough of your time. Is there anything else you want people to know about you, yourself, your band?
Definitely want them to know that we're, easygoing, hardworking dudes, just like the people listening and the people that haven't listened yet. The guys that go to work 9 to 5 and the guys that still try to find time for their hobbies. That's us with music. We're all have full-time jobs, and we're all putting our whatever time's left after that work and rest, and just right back into music. And we're angering our wives and girlfriends and kids to make it. And we're just doing the sacrifice mainly for ourselves. But it's nice, when people care too. So if you're listening and you're at work right now, and just know it's not all fun and games and booze and partying and women. It's us busting our ass to get out there on that stage and have a little bit of just a little bit of vacation time, I'd call it. Stage is definitely our chance to let loose. So just Eken is Dead. Check us out on Facebook or on YouTube. We got 3 legit videos by Mr. Steve Guerrero, who puts out a pretty good product. Just come say hi, and don't hesitate to come say hi to the show.
Steve Guerrero is on this program. You can't hear him right now, but he's on the show.
Steve's there, or he will be put in there later.
Well, we recorded yesterday, so Steve he won't be in this part of this interview, but he will. Like when we talk without doing an interview, it's me, him, and Skate Rat, Betty. So.
Fucking awesome. Well, Steve's a fucking good dude, and we're always stoked to work with him when we got a little extra money to put towards the video.
He was saying next time he was hoping you guys would be a little bit more professional on the set, though.
Yeah, as long as he's sober, man, we're happy. That one time he got drunk and he started whipping us. No, I'm just kidding. He's like, what is your motivation? What is your... And then he whipped us after that, and we decided that we should pay less if we're going to be tortured.
Well, yeah, I mean, he gets a kick out of it. He should be paying you.
Yeah, he should be paying us. What the fuck?
All right, yeah, so, all right, I believe that's good.
Yeah, I tell you when it's over, man. I'm not done. I'm scared.
What Eken is Dead song would you like them to hear right after they hear this?
Yeah. Well, on your last podcast, you did Tour Map, right?
Probably. I don't know for sure, but that sounds familiar. It sounds
I remember hearing it on that, but I think you did a couple different ones. I can't remember, but I don't know. Fuck, let's go with something you haven't played yet. Like, have you already done Embrace?
I don't believe so. I mean, this is a whole new podcast though, so this is all fresh ears. No one who had heard the old podcast will ever hear this one. Well,
okay, so
but yeah,
is it just gonna be one song?
No, I'll probably play a song before and a song after. So if you want to pick 2 songs,
okay, let's go with Tour Map, and let's go with Outlier.
All right.
Something different. You want me to say that like introducing the song or anything? Or?
Yeah, there you go. Let's do that.
Okay, you want me to do one for each, or just say both of them and you'll just cut it later?
Just do the second one, Outlier.
You ready?
I'm ready.
This is Chris from Eken is Dead. You're listening to The Loaded Zone, and I'd like to load you full of some music. This song is called Outlier. It's off Eken is Dead's latest release.
Just follow they may.
Loaded Zone podcast is brought to you by Green Team Go, clothing for the discerning stoner.
Steve Guerrero.
That's the show for today. Thank you for listening. We'd like to thank Lynn Lee of Bad Cop, Bad Cop. You can pick up their new album, which is called Not Sorry, on Fat Records, and also check out the tour section on the Fat site, and you can find out when Bad Cop will be playing next near you. Also, thanks to Chris Navarette from Eken is Dead. You can catch both Eken is Dead and my band, Navarette, at the official launch party for Green Team Go clothing, along with the Darlings, Cast Off from San Diego, Triple Borrego, and many more, at the VFW in Redondo Beach on July 25th. Also, thank you to Green Team Go, clothing for the discerning stoner. Ask for it at your local dispensary, and you can like them on Facebook. For all of your crafted needs, be sure to check out Betty Gear, which is handmade products made by our very own Skate Rat Betty. You can get stuff ranging from mermaid tails for kids to quilts made out of punk t-shirts. Again, that's called Betty Gear. Also, you can check out Steve Guerrero's company, which is called Burning Rose Studios. You can take care of all of your audio, digital graphic needs. So yeah, if you're a band out there and you need a video made, be sure to give Burning Rose a look. And also be sure to check out both of my bands. Emmer Effer is one of them, and the other one is called Violent Self. For Steve Guerrero and Skate Rat Betty, I'm Kevin Wells. We'll see you next time, and remember, there is no stopping in the Loaded Zone. The Loaded Zone podcast is brought to you by Green Team Go, clothing for the discerning stoner.
Now this one is dedicated to the people all over. Remember the words of your crucial entertainer. When I say I do not sip the coke, I only smoke the Sensimilla. I do not sip the coke, I only smoke. I do not sip the coke, I only smoke. I do not sip the coke, I only smoke. I do not sip the coke, I only smoke. Without a doubt, I am the boss, and in my class, I am the teacher. If music is a fruit of life, then I will be a reaper. If MC business was a school, then I would be headmaster. If a car, I'd be the driver. For bike, I'd be the rider. If
MC business was a church, Pato would be the vicar. And instead of calling me MC, you all would call me preacher. But fun and joke aside, I want to get serious in this matter and dedicate this style to each and every cocaine dealer. I do not sip the coke, I only smoke. I do not sip the coke, I only smoke. I do not sip the coke, I only smoke. Nah, go sip the coke, I only smoke. In February 1985, Pato became a winner because I did that tune called Hello Tosh. In February 1985, Pato became a winner because I did that tune called Hello Tosh. It shooted up the charts and nearly gave my mama a failure. She looked at me and said, son, me glad me grow you proper. I sound like you with Bill of Pride and joy of any mother. Now make the fame get to your head, just think about your future. Soldiers of encouragement just made me push on further to break down any walls and also break through any barrier. I got a lot of guidance from GT, who is my manager. Assistance from Don Christie Fashion helped me cross the border. I also got a lot of aid from good Sensi Mila. That's why I do not snort the coke, I only burn the ganja. I do not sip the coke, I only smoke. I do not sip the coke, I only smoke. I do not sip the coke, I only smoke. I do not sip the coke, I only smoke. Sensi Mila. Pass the coach in the boss. One day I had to catch a train from Birmingham to London. Halfway on my journey was approached by this white ruffian with greasy hair and scruffy jeans. He looked just like a villain. He sat down opposite me with a tenance in his right hand. But I don't judge appearance, I just check the way you go along. So I introduced myself to him as Mr. Pato Banton. Nice to meet you, my name's Rowdy and I work with PA Hire. I've heard your name someplace before but I just can't remember. But anyway, I'm very, very, very glad to meet ya. And I've got some dope, it's just gas coke, you can have this for a $5. I looked down on the table and saw a piece of silver paper. Inside the silver paper was some powder that looked like flour. Me asked him, what it do for you? It give you strength and power. Now everyone I wanted to hear the way that Rowdy answered. When Mr. Papa Banton, the sensation is fine. It makes me see green men and I go to cloud 9. All my worries and problems are left miles behind. So no matter where I am, I have a brilliant time. If you don't believe me, hold on and I'll fix you a line. Just take one sniff of this and you'll be out of your mind. But I took the coke and threw it right outside the carriage window. Before he could say a word, I quickly built up a 5-sheeter into my pocket for my Sensi and my lighter. I lit it with a flash and then to Rowdy passed it over. I could see that he was loving it because of his expression. Me tell him, this is Sensi, the healing of the nation. In some place doctors use it for herbal medication. Ronald Reagan smoked it just before him go up on television. After Margaret Thatcher visit him, she brings him back to England, then distributes it equally throughout the House of Commons. But fun and joke aside, it gives me deep, deep meditation. It fills my heart with niceness and I get enough inspiration. You could be any color, any creed or any nation. After smoking Sensi Mila, I know you'll find a reason why I do not sip the coke, I only smoke. I do not sip the coke, I only smoke. Nah, go sniff no coke, I only smoke. I do not sip the coke, I only smoke. Sensi Mila. I do not sip the coke, I only smoke. Sensi Mila. I do not sip the coke, I